Yeah.
Good. Welcome.
And we moved to Cincinnati from Green Bay about 5 years ago for a job. And we came with a brand new baby, 1 month old, and didn't know a lot of people here. And someone we were trying to build a relationship invited us to Crossroads and said, hey, why don't you come check this place out? It ended up being day one of Game Change, which was the last financial campaign that Crossroads ran. And I remember Brian saying, hey, if this is your first time here, I am so sorry. Like, this is a financial campaign, and it might be a little uncomfortable for you. And my wife and I sat next to each other, just kind of bolted to our chairs the whole time, because every word felt like it was being spoken directly to us. And we were amazed. There was something about that idea of letting go and releasing control of finances that was the exact message that we needed at that time. As we started thinking about, really, is God asking us to tithe? Like 10% seems like a gigantic amount of money. Because I started thinking about what are the worldly things I could buy with that amount of money every year instead of giving it? Or what if I don't know exactly where the money is going? And so when Crossroads ran the last campaign called Game Change and started talking about where is this money going? These are the initiatives. This is what we support. And then creating a full financial review of, at the end of the year, here's what happened with it. I started to feel much more comfortable about the idea that absolutely my money could add a lot of value into the world if I gave it towards these causes. About a year into the Game Change financial campaign, we still hadn't committed anything financially. We were starting to give on a weekly basis just to Crossroads General Fund, starting to feel like, all right, we're part of the community. We had joined a small group, and we were feeling like, okay, I think this is it. My wife and I decided we're all in at Crossroads, and it was like 2 services later where there was a chance to jump in and be part of the Game Change campaign. And my wife said, she felt like she had gotten a number. Like during service, she felt like a number had come to her. And there was something that felt really open about, I trust you. Whatever that number is, we're going to do it. And now we were spreading that across the next couple of years, but it was still a gigantic jump for us financially, because we had just started to tithe to Crossroads for the general fund, and then we're giving above and beyond at a much higher level. Over the course of the next year, we felt like we got returns on that amount that we had given to Crossroads, that we were seeing things in our lives completely change. We were getting opportunities to go to South Africa, to go to India, to go to man camp, to things that were growing us spiritually in that community. Our journey in financial giving seems ridiculous when I look at it from the outside, because I've heard those stories of people giving and then getting, a random check in their mailbox, or a bonus they weren't expecting at work. And those stories always seemed fake, and they always seemed like something that somebody was telling you so that you would give more money. And what was crazy is the minute we really surrendered our finances over, we got it back in return. And at the end of the 2 years, we received a check from my Grammy's inheritance that was for a little more than the total amount we had just given. And right at that moment was the chance to fulfill other people's commitments that they hadn't been financially able to. And we were able to turn that check right around and just give to other people's campaigns. It was one of those things where it doesn't feel real. It's odd that it happened to us, but like our story of financial openness was also met with financial reward. And we viewed that as a chance of God saying, if you're going to use these finances in the way that I've envisioned for you, I'm going to keep them coming so that they can continue to do more work for the kingdom. So as we look at this next campaign, we just have this simple question for God, which is, what are you asking from us? What is it that you would like us to give back that is yours? And we're hoping to take a position where we're willing to react upon what we hear. And we don't always hear directly from God. And so that's something we feel some anxiety about, of like, what if we hear nothing? And what if what we hear scares the crap out of us? And we will process that. And we now have a good small group of people that we can go to with those types of concerns. So we don't just have to feel that stress and anxiety. We can take them to others. We can talk about, here's what I think I'm being asked to do, does that seem in line with what you know about the kingdom? And so we're going to be looking to our community to help us filter and understand what happens through this campaign and what role we're meant to play in that. I'm Geoff. I'm in.